Hi everyone, my name is Pornthep Puthanawong and I'm pleased to be here today to talk to you about the study of temperament test in kamphaengsean with cows. I will start with some general information on order of content in today's presentation. Introduction, material and method, results and discussion, and conclusion. Introduction. Improvement of beef cattle welfare via measuring habitat and emotional expression is currently possible. There is currently a growing interest in beef cattle for productivity improvement on temperament defined as the animal behavior response to handling by humans. Temperament is a habit or emotional expression pattern in beef cattle. It is a form of behavior that is inherited from genetically inherited and controlled by genes. Behavior is manifested without prior learning or experience, and behavior expression can develop and change depending on the learning or environment and experience of each individual resulting in emotional state. Assessment of the emotional state in beef cattle will be able to know the production efficiency, such as growing feed intake, milk production, and carcass quality. Therefore, the emotional trait of the beef cattle were used as the emotional state at that time. With this factor may affect health and productivity. If a beef cattle is raised or environment that cause stress in the long term, it may affect product efficiency or behavior expression. Therefore, exit velocity and chart test techniques are used to test beef behavior. The latent chart test and unlatent chart exit velocity are flexible methods for measuring animal temperament or farm situation. Material and methods. Cattle at Tapuan Research Center were natural gases and feed concentrate before releasing into the grass. The cattle used in the experiment was cows. In the breeding of cows, the cows are divided breeding to the season May and December. By breeding, injection hormone prostaglandin stimulate effort. This experiment began in December to February. Our animal 30 cows were divided into 5 groups for hormone injection and artificial insemination. Each group had different amounts of cows depending on the management of Taquan research center. Temperament measurement, cattle and executive test for replicate. Start the first replicated before hormone prostaglandin to alpha. Second, replicated before artificial insemination. And third, replicated before pregnancy and another replicated after pregnancy. Data and sample collection. The method of temperament assessment were utilized in the subject measures chart test and exit velocity. Chart test. Chart testing was adapted from the method of grading, in which visual apparatus of each cattle, while confined but not latent in a working test, were the basis of the scoring. Pen score were based on visual assessment of the cattle, while being confined to the pen. Period of behavior testing read the animal 20 seconds before the real test and 16 seconds the real in the chat test. This is the entire of chat test. This is the real picture of chat test. Chat score. Chat score were based on 1 to 5 scale. 1 scale calm stand still. 2 scale slightly landing. 3 scale landing head movement up and down. 4 scale with gesture. Chucking the chart or the head movement up and down and trying to step back out of the chart head. 5 scale, extremely fantastic and severely shocking in the chart, trying to step back out of the chart test. After the chart test, the door will be opened for the next exit velocity test. 2 hours. Data collection. Cattle pen store were assigned by the same individual. Exit velocity. Exit velocity was adapted from the method of Bohr, determined at the rate at which the animal exits and working time. Entered a fixed distance by setting camera to see behavior. We tested to use stopwatch to estimate the cattle ejaculation speed, cattle exit, and record the time of the cattle movement in distance 2.9 meters. Elapsed time to travel 2.9 meters. Distance was recorded. Elapsed Elapsed time was converted to exit velocity by dividing travel distance by the elapsed time, thereby providing an exit velocity in terms of meters per second. This is the exit of exit velocity test. This is the real picture of exit velocity management. This is the real picture of chart test and exit velocity test. Simulation for the chart test and exit velocity management test procedure. The sensor will be release the cow into the chart, test through emotion and behavior. Let the animal for 20 seconds and start the real test 16 seconds. After 16 seconds, the tester will be open the door for the car to enter the exit velocity measure test. It is the real video of exit and chart score. Shadow grouping. Shadow grouping after testing chart test and exit velocity group of cattle to compare temperament between cattle to groups, arm and ear temperament cattle. Escorting the chart score and exit velocity from high to low to analyze the statistical basic balance. The experiment chart test divided cattle into groups high and low, and exit velocity divided cattle into groups fast and slow. The group of cattle was compared the average of temperament and divided into groups calm and ill-tempered cattle. Statistical analysis. To analyze correlation of exit velocity and chart score, mean oscillation on chart score, and exit velocity data was measured and calculated the ratio of both shown as average represented in chart. Use data for analysis of difference between high, fast, and temperament and low, slow temperament average formed by staff. Analysis using linear mixed model, procedure, Proximate, and proximity variation to find difference between two experimental answers, include was compared level of temperament to groups. Results and detection. In this study measured temperament of cattle showing that physiology response and behavior expression thought the temperament of its different cattle was shown in table 1. Mean score and exit velocity showing that the social significant. The average of score low and high. Low score 2.17 and high score 3.17. And exit velocity, the low and fast. The low exit velocity 4.04 and high and fast exit velocity 2.79. Escorting with wire study the anchor style and Brahman cattle temperament in different seasons, fall and spring. Exit velocity levels in slow cattle and fast cattle were different significant because these cattle have complexity of personality and temperament. Different seasons do not affect the soil exit velocity level. And according with Cove, study Brahman cosmic temperament in the effect of acclimation to human interaction of performance temperament. Just go ahead, exit velocity level in low slow cattle and high fast cattle were different significant. Study have slow that climb cattle better adapted acclimation to human interaction than air temperate cattle. Grouping of cattle to compare temperament between two groups, calm and ill temperate cattle, according to a chart score exit velocity from high to low, and exit velocity divided cattle into fast and slow. Divide group of after the four replicate method. The chart in chart score. The cattle with low score and high score. Initial average score for the low score was 2.06, 2.30, 2.18, and 2.31, respectively. And initial average score for the high score was 3.21, 3.07, 3.21, and 3.21, respectively. The chart of exit velocity. The cattle with low exit velocity and fast exit velocity. Initial average. Exit velocity for the slow was 4.11, 4.70, 3.19, and 3.94, respectively. And initial average of exit velocity. The fast was 2.16, 2.33, 2.29, and 2.87, respectively. The cattle with low score and low exit velocity were class temperate groups, and the cattle with high score and fast exit velocity were ill-temperate cattle. Mean of score and exit velocity show that results show significant. The correlation value of score and exit velocity related show significant. The cattle with low score and low exit velocity are class temperate, and cattle with low score values always have the low exit velocity values. The cattle with high score and fast exit velocity are ill-temperate cattle, and cattle with high score values always have fast exit velocity values. While study correlation of anchor style and Brahman cattle temperament in different seasons, fall and spring. Score and exit velocity correlated The cattle low should score always have the low exit velocity, and cattle high should score always have the fast exit velocity. Exit velocity in slow cattle and fast cattle were different significant. Different reasons do not affect score and exit velocity. And according with Bruno, study relationship between quantitative measure of temperament improving cattle and score exit velocity are correlated. To the cattle that had low score exit velocity had lower average daily gain less than those with high fast score exit velocity. But in terms of reliability, exit velocity is more reliable than the score in grouping animal calf and yield template. Conclusion: Both score and exit velocity were effective in classifying calf and yield template cattle. This measure, coupled with habit assessment temperament measure, are easily obtained field measures that are helpful in identifying individual the behavior of each cattle. This method used to classify cattle to observe the behavior and temperament of cattle, of calf and ewe temperate cattle, and subsequent exit velocity techniques were able to identify the cows with calf and ewe temperate cattle behavior precisely. Therefore, the just test and exit velocity technique can determine whether an animal has calf temperament or ewe temperament for the measurement and animal welfare. It can also be used in future research studies such as nursing behavior, yielding, and meat quality. Acknowledgement. The another thanks Kamphaengsean Research Center, Kasetsart University, Department of Animal Science, Bangkok Campus, Kasetsart University. Thank you.